Chelsea Football Club had a deal lined up. Jhon Duran was going to join him in June. And guess what happened? Conor Gallagher happened. I'm going to explain. Furthermore, Antonio Rudiger starts talking and he starts releasing some stories that low-key make me very upset. We finally find out why he left, the decision he made, and I don't blame him, because the reality is Chelsea isn't for everyone and he had dreams of his own. And finally, Chelsea beat Gent 4-2, and we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Yes, there was a downright ugly yesterday, and people need to stop it. We're actually a good team. Why is everyone so negative? But let's get started. Number one, when you walk into the Kavkas View's doors through the YouTube algorithm, what do? You take your bloody shoes off. It's only respectful when you come into the house, you take it off. And in this case, taking your shoes off is hitting that like button, because 1,000 likes does wonders for the algorithm and helps the channel grow. Furthermore, if you made it this far, you're clearly enjoying the content, so you better be subscribed. Let's get started. Alright peeps, so we need to talk about this Jhon Duran situation. Because one thing for certain is, everybody regrets not getting him now. Because this player is an absolute gunman. And what I said about him in the past, I don't take back anything. So let me explain to you in good details what I said in the past. We were linked with him in January. I said, it's a hard pass for me. The reason why it's a hard pass, we've already got Nicholas Jackson. We don't need another youngster to develop, right? We ended up getting Mark Guiu anyway. However, this is where it got interesting. After I watched a bit more live games, you know, you link to the player and all of a sudden you start being interested more into that player. You hone in. There's a player cam on Jhon Duran. There's a Duran cam. By March, I was like, yo, this guy's cold. I kind of see the talent. Do it. I genuinely said, go do it. To the point where people were having to go at me. How do you not want Victor Osimhen? We have to get Victor Osimhen. And I was like, listen, I can't lie to you. Still, I'd rather Jhon Duran, because I kind of see what we're doing there. You buy Osimhen, Jackson's career at Chelsea's done. You buy Duran, at least they're battling out. Then we got linked with Samuel Marodian. I didn't want the player. I still don't want the player. But what happened? Fabrizio Romano is coming out and saying in June, Chelsea had a deal signed and ready to go, as long as Aston Villa could agree. Villa were ready to do it. Gallagher goes to Villa. We Chelsea get Jhon Duran in the move that eventually became the Ian Maatsen and Omari Kellerman move. However, Gallagher had no intention of getting this deal done. He wanted to go nowhere near Aston Villa, and eventually he joined Atletico Madrid. Why am I saying this? If that deal went through, when I tell you the turmoil that would have happened at Stamford Bridge would have been massive. Reason being is, people didn't want Jhon Duran. And the reason they didn't want Duran is through ignorance like my own. Like, we didn't do the analysis, we just saw Jhon Duran, youngster, do we really need him? But when I actually went and did my due diligence and watched him regularly before I passed an opinion, which I've learned from, it was my mistake. This guy's cold. And this year, he has even exceeded my expectations nor my knowledge of him. He went from being cold to, yo, this guy's sick. Like, consistently good. Amazing ball striking, great physique, great ability to hold up play, ability to run the channels well. Just an all-round alpha striker. The old school number 9s that we used to see on a regular basis that we don't see anymore. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this, in the future, I'm going to trust our sporting directors way more. And the reason I already trusted them, but now I'm going to take it to the next level, is because they're not flopping. Even though Samuel Marodian's got 7 goals in 6 games, I still wouldn't sign him. He looks like he's a heck of a player as well. People are like, oh, Alex, you see, you were wrong about Samuel. I was never wrong. I never called him dead. I said he's raw and needs work. I said he can't finish to a very prolific standard. And if you go and watch his finishes against Manchester United, they're all blasts. Everything he does is always blasting the ball. There's no picking corners. Whereas Duran, yo, the guy picks corners for days. That is the epitome of a great striker. But that's the story. Let's get started with the next one. When it comes to the second story, it's about Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger's journey at Chelsea was like this. And I can't lie to you, if you tell me you've always thought Rudiger was going to become what he's become now, you're a liar. You're lying. As what's it called, Deshane said on Top Boy. The reason being is, we need to be honest. When he first joined, he came off that ACL and he had periods where he was stinky. He was stinking up the joint so bad. I literally hated watching him play. However, under Maurizio Sarri, the player developed. Under Frank Lampard, he became bad again due to a lack of structure. And under Thomas Tuchel, we saw the elegance of Antonio Rudiger. We saw measured aggression with intelligence of positioning, selection of time to assert his dominance, and leadership capabilities that we never saw from him. He really developed into one of the best high IQ centre-halves around. Knows when to be aggressive, knows when to back off and be in the right position. Just an all-rounder with great ball-playing ability. What happened? Chelsea was sanctioned and he ended up leaving the club. Now Rudiger's gone on I think he had an interview with Harry Pinero and Culture Cams. Shout out to both of them. They're absolutely smashing it because what they're doing is absolutely crazy. Antonio Rudiger interview, man. What he said on it was, number one, he didn't expect Chelsea to invest as much money as they did. Like, it's mind-boggling to him. He's really happy for Nicholas Jackson, and he didn't see Cole Palmer turning out to become what he has. And you know what? Rudiger, not many of us did, bruv, including myself. Like, who thought Cole Palmer would become an absolute bona fide best player in a league caliber player? Not at this age, not that quick. I don't think Cole Palmer would have thought that. Actually, he is very cocky. Man said 3 goals, what about the 4? So maybe he thought it, maybe his family did, but I didn't see it. I thought it was a good player. I never understood that he could reach this level. And I am mind-boggled every time I see him about how amazing he is. The part that really caught my eye in the interview was the fact where he spoke about how he left. He said there were long periods of time where Chelsea and him didn't have contact. A lot of players in that position would have said, oh, you know what, I need to watch myself now. I can't be restrictive and trying to like not get injured. But it wasn't him. He always wanted to get the Champions League, and when he got the Champions League, he also wanted to maintain a high level because conversations with Madrid obviously were filtering around, and Madrid don't knock twice. And what I'm going to say here is going to be highly controversial. I think he done the right thing. I love Chelsea. Chelsea's the club of my dream. Chelsea isn't the club of Antonio Rudiger's dream. Antonio Rudiger did not grow up a Chelsea fan. He did not grow up in London, and any love he has for Chelsea is because he played for Chelsea and has great memories at his workplace. He most probably grew up with the dream of playing for Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a next level caliber of club, and throughout his years of growing up as a kid, Real Madrid have always been dominant. For us now, we've been making history for the last 20 years. In the last few years, we've not been good. We need to get back to that pedestal where we're winning consistently and kids are seeing us win. And then all that happens is more kids are going to have the dream of, I want to become a Chelsea player. This is my dream. This is my end goal. And that is uber important. And you know what, Antonio, you made the right decision because you went to Real Madrid. You're absolutely bossing it. You're arguably top centre-half in the world. Top 5 without a doubt, guaranteed. Now we need to talk about the Gent game. Firstly, sorry that the review kit is coming out now and didn't come out yesterday. I was at a Party Next Door concert. I was about turning up and singing Let's Take a Shot and Go to Italy. You know the drill. But the reality is Chelsea won 4-2, and we're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, and the downright ugly. Let's start with the good. Number 1, Pedro Neto needs to start this week. This guy is aggressive. His off-the-ball movement is amazing. Ball striking with both feet is great. And his goal yesterday epitomized it. Disasi picks up the ball. Very beautiful pass. Yes, the defender fluffed his lines. Pedro Neto punished him like the man owed him money. Came into his house, said, listen, pay your bills, bruv. That's what he said to him. And he ended up paying his bills, absolute top bins, and got exactly what he deserved. This player is a very competent player. The second thing I want to talk about is the beauty of the sporting directors for going and getting a Renato Vega. Renato Vega is a very, very accomplished player because not only can he play centre-back, not only can he play CDM, not only can he play left-back, the brother can play number 10. He can play number 10. Do you know how mad that is? He is absolutely amazing in every single way. Every facet of the game, he can do everything. He's a Swiss Army knife. I'm not saying he's the next golden boy. I'm not saying he's a Ballon d'Or winner. I'm saying he's an ultimate squad player. The guy can play multiple positions, does it to a great degree. He was inverting in, picking up pockets in the 10, and we were experimenting stuff, and he was absolutely fabulous at it. His ability to link up play cannot be underestimated. His ability to provide a present physique of aggressiveness for Chelsea to have in the midfield or from set pieces, or his ability to just pick up the ball and slice it out straight away into the better player's feet is phenomenal. And he got a goal that he deserved. And how did that goal come from? Mishuli. Mishuli, I give you a lot of problems, right? And Mudryk really annoys me, right? Misha sometimes runs around like he's a headless chicken, Mishuli. You need to stop doing that. But this time, he was running around with a purpose. He was running around and utilizing those God-given gifts that he was born with. That pace, the ability to take small touches and suck players in and then go around them straight away. And what happened? He gets the ball on the left-hand side. He does the Eden Hazard run where he's just carrying the ball and in diagonal line towards the right-hand side. He overhits the pass, not very Eden Hazard. We win the ball back. The ball comes out into transition. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall plays him through. Mudryk picks out Renato Veiga. And what I liked about it, it wasn't just a cross goal. He got his head up. He saw Renato come in at the back stick. Brilliant header, brilliant. Mudryk, I'm giving you an applause, man. My player of the match. Bloody hell. I never thought I'd be saying those words. Then Chelsea made it 3-1. And the 3-1 came from Joao Felix. So Joao Felix picks up the ball. He does a little bit of drifting here and there from a short corner. Puts it into the box. The ball gets transitioned. Renato Veiga has a loose touch. And boom, Nkunku with a brilliant strike. Nice and composed. This is bread and butter for him, man. Nkunku might literally get 20 goals in all comps this year, purely playing in the cup competitions. That's how much of a lightweight tournament this is going to be for him. He's too talented to be playing at this level. He needs to be playing weekend games. We need to find a way to integrate. That finishing is clinical, and we need clinical finishes. It's not complicated. Furthermore, the fourth goal, and that came from Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall had his best game for Chelsea just yet. Joao Felix picks the ball up. He's carrying the ball. He absolutely slides it through. Defender takes it off Christopher Nkunku, who's going through one-on-one. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall picks the ball up, slots it in. Keeper should have done better, but Keenan deserved that goal. Fantastic win for Chelsea. Like, just happy days. Everything went right. But there are some negatives that we need to talk about. The bad. We're giving up a lot of easy chances with this B team. And against Barrow, we got away with it. Like, last-ditch defending, excellent defending. However, we can't be giving away bad chances. And one of the biggest culprits of it is Disasi. And not Disasi, sorry. Badiashile. Disasi was very good. I was very impressed with Disasi again. Badiashile. There was a long ball in the first half that went across. He misread the flight of the ball. So once he misreads it, all of a sudden, he's on the back foot. He's running towards his own goal. The defender's doing some stuff. He has to give a corner away. Then the ball comes to him. He's trying to play out the back. He's overthinking. This is the shadow of a player that we signed. Genuinely, I've said this on multiple occasions. I'm going to repeat myself again. The player we saw under Graham Potter for, I think it was 5-6 games, and people were getting excited about, is evidently form, and this is him. Because normally the expression is, form is temporary, class is permanent. In this case, his form was temporary, his class is rubbish. Because the way he's moving is absolutely mad. This has been going on for 18 months. He's losing flight of the ball. His passing is not aggressive enough. He's very lackluster in possession. He looks like he doesn't concentrate during the game. That's the worrying part, you know? Because physically, he's everything you want in a centre-half. 6'4", quick, great left foot. But yet, he gets caught lacking. And I don't understand what it is. Because you know he's a good player. Maybe it's because he played next to Thiago Silva and he helped him through games, you know? Maybe it's just a development process. I don't want to be too harsh on him, but I feel like I am being harsh. Because I have to be. It's the only way I can be objective, right? And the ugly. The ugly is, yes, we're winning, but some fans are taking criticism way beyond comparison, right? What I've seen on TL recently is absolutely stinky. People are saying Felix had a horrible, horrible game. I've watched the highlights, and I watched extended highlights. Felix was involved in 2 of the goals. Felix tries stuff, and the aggression upon him is, he's showboating. He's your 10. He's meant to be the one doing stuff and trying to create chances. And guess what? When you try to create chances, you give the ball away. What I think we've reached in football now is, everyone expects 95% pass completion, 5 out of 6 dribbles completed, excellent crossing, to the point where players just have a bad game, it means you're a bum. The same thing's happening with Enzo. Oh, Enzo's not good enough for Chelsea, he can't run around. No shit, Sherlock, he can't run around. We knew that when we signed him. The guy is a passer. He's an engine with his mind rather than his feet. So can we stop and actually know who we're talking about? It's like me asking, right, Malo Gusto to be a prolific finisher. He's a right back. He's a right back that plays right back and has his strengths. When he goes through one-on-one, I don't expect him to slot like he's Christopher Nkunku. Nkunku, I don't expect them to have the work rate of a Romeo Lavia or of a Caicedo, because he's not a defensive midfielder. But the reality is, I expect you to have some element of application. So can we stop being hypercritical on players based off one game? Because we're doing really well. We've won 10 in our last 12. We're actually a bad boy team. Can we just understand that? But the reality is, people want to be negative. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow there will be a match preview for you lot. We're going to talk about the game and the press conference from Enzo Maresca. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. Peace out. I'm out. Bye.